This Super Bowl was hyped up as one of the best QB matchups of all time, the best QB matchup of all time in the Super Bowl. Mahomes versus Brady, two former Super Bowl MVPs, two former MVPs. First time ever, the greatest QB matchup in Super Bowl history. The GOAT, the greatest of all time, Tom Brady against one of the best players ever to start their career, one of the best specimen that we've seen at the QB position, biggest arm, mobility, able to improvise. That was how this Super Bowl was marketed. That's how it was hyped before. And I was pumped. I was super excited. I bought into all of that. Tom Brady, he still has it at age 43. He still has it. He can still get it done. Brings the Buccaneers all the way to the Super Bowl. Obviously, we know what Mahomes could do at age 25. I was hyped for this game. After this Super Bowl, there's zero doubt in my mind that that we will never have another Tom Brady. No one is going to be able to reach the peak, the bar that Tom Brady has set. Not Mahomes, not Wilson, not Rodgers, not anybody that comes after these guys. This peak is too high. No one is going to be able to do it. 7 titles with 2 different franchises. First quarterback ever to do it in both conferences, the AFC and the NFC. Tom Brady, you are ridiculous. I've never been the biggest Tom Brady fan just because New England, I don't know, growing up, it was kind of marketed as the bad team, the team that you root against. Bill Belichick, his dry responses towards the media, the Patriot way. They were kind of the bad guys. I used to be a Charger fan before Smandos moved that team to LA. So I had a few heartbreaks with the Patriots. So that may have led to my dislike or not being a fan of Tom Brady. But there's no denying this. There's no way that Brady is ever going to be surpassed as the GOAT. The one person that could have done it, Mahomes. He was the chosen one. He was the one that was supposed to do it. He was supposed to beat Brady. By age 25, he was going to have 2 Super Bowl rings, one over Brady. Brady was going to probably finish with 6. Buccaneers, all right, you got to the Super Bowl. It didn't work out. You get 6. Mahomes gets 2. You need 4 to catch up to Brady. You're 25. You just signed a 10-year contract. You're probably going to play until you're 40. So you have 15 years to get 4 titles. You could do it, man. You're the kid that's going to surpass Tom Brady. But now Tom Brady beats you. Brady has 7. You have 1. You need 6 more. Brady will always have that victory over you in the Super Bowl at age 43 when he's not maybe at his prowess, when he's not at the highest level. You will always have that. Even if Mahomes gets to 5, let's say 4 or 5, because he's probably not going to get to 7. Let's say he gets to 4 or 5. Brady is always going to have that on Mahomes, saying, hey, I beat you. I was 43, you were 25. You were already an MVP. You were already with Andy Reid for like 3 years, started for 3 years. You were already heralded as one of the greatest evers, and you couldn't beat a 43-year-old Tom Brady in his first year with the Buccaneers in the pandemic season, with virtual OTAs, with the offseason workouts cut, with the Buccaneers of all teams, the team in the NFL that has the least winning percentage in all of the NFL. You can never, in my opinion, that's insurmountable now for Mahomes. He has to just stack up MVPs, stack up championships. And we already see what happens when you get injured, when your teammates get injured. It is so hard just to win one. Mahomes has won in 4 years. He didn't play his first year. Lost to Brady in the AFC Championship his second year. Won in his third year. Lost the Super Bowl in his fourth year. 1 out of 4. MVP in there. Heartbreak loss in the AFC. Didn't play his first year. All right, but now in your 4th year, when people think you're going to repeat, when people think you're going to take that next step towards being the greatest of all time, you get hurt. Your toe is a little messed up. You just got surgery. Your offensive line gets hurt. They can't protect you. It's just so hard to win a championship these days. You need a lot. You need a lot of things to go right for you. You need to be playing at a high level. You need to avoid injury. Your teammates need to avoid injuries. You need to keep players in free agency. There's just so many factors, and it just seems like if Mahomes was ever going to get to that point of Brady's greatness, he had to beat him. At age 25 against age 43, he had to beat him in the Super Bowl. Now, Brady's 2-0 against him in the playoffs with the Patriots, with the Buccaneers. 1-0 in the Super Bowl, the biggest stage of them all. And they're probably not going to play again. In the regular season, I don't think they're going to play again because they're in different conferences. And the only way they could play is if they both reach a Super Bowl. Super Bowl repeat is not out of the question. That would be another great matchup or another great storyline. The Brady versus Mahomes part 2 in the Super Bowl. It would be marketable. I wouldn't be against it. But that does seem very hard for both teams to make it back. So I don't see a repeat happening. So it's just, I don't see the path for anyone catching up to Brady. And if it's not Mahomes, who's supposed to be the greatest specimen, the greatest thrower of the football, like we've all been marveled by what he has done. We all look at him and you're like, all right, this is the next guy. We've never seen anything like this. He's the one that could dethrone Brady. And even him couldn't do it. Lost to Brady. It's just my respect to Tom Brady. There might be some off the field issues that I don't agree with you. People have said you cleared it up. That was whatever. But on the football field, no one could compare with Tom Brady. No one will ever compare with Tom Brady. Bucks have the worst winning percentage in the NFL. He left New England. He left the greatest coach of all time, Belichick, in a pandemic, virtual OTAs. I know the defense played good. I'm going to give them their credit in a bit. But what Brady has done, the mentality he brought to the Buccaneers to make them champions after 1 year in a pandemic, I could just not emphasize enough what that means. This, in my opinion, this might be the most significant Super Bowl in Tom Brady's career, or the one that I'm impressed the most. This one, first year in Buccaneers, with the Buccaneers, Bruce Arians never won it, oldest head coach to ever win a Super Bowl now. This mentality that Tom Brady brought to the Buccaneers. The last time they lost was against the Chiefs before their bye week. And I could only imagine what Tom Brady was doing in that bye week, getting everybody pumped up. Because now people are talking about, he was sending everybody text messages at 11 p.m. telling them, we're going to win this, we're going to win this. I can only imagine what he did in that bye week to get everyone just ready to make this run. They won their last 4 games in the regular season, and they went on the road, beat the Redskins. All right, Redskins with Taylor Heineke. It's impressive, but all right, it's Taylor Heineke. Then you beat Drew Brees, Rodgers, and Mahomes. It's just, Tom Brady, incredible. We should be thankful that we got to see him. And I know there's a lot of teams out there that hate him. There's a lot of people that he's hurt a lot of people. I know if you're a Raider fan, I know you don't like him. If you're a Jets, Dolphins, or Bills fan, I know you don't like him. If you're a Saints, Panthers, or Falcons fan, you probably don't like him either. Now that he's in your division. If you're a Chiefs fan, you probably don't like him. If you're a Charger fan, you probably don't like him. If you're Steelers fans, you probably don't like him. He's probably hurt you. Tom Brady has probably hurt you personally. And this 20 years he's been in the league, he's probably hurt you personally. And I think that just shows how great of a player he has been. Football-wise, I don't think we'll ever see anything like him. I would love to be able to live through it, to see another great player come through the ranks and take that title from him. But I just don't see it happening. I think Tom Brady is going to end up as the greatest of all time, and it just seems insurmountable. Even more than like Jordan in the NBA, because now LeBron, you can make some arguments he's the greatest of all time. I know people debate that, but Jordan did it with one head coach, one team. Almost he did have changing parts in his teams, but it was all within like an 8-year span. All the titles, similar teammates for the most part, co-star and Pippen. Brady has done it with Branch, with Moss. Oh, he never got it with Moss, but he Welker, Amendola, Brewski at defense. Uh, you name it, he's done it. Gronk, so many different players he's done it with. Belichick, Bruce Arians. I am completely in awe of what Tom Brady has done, and I just want to give him props. There's never ever going to be another QB like him. He played all right in the Super Bowl. He didn't play bad. He did what he had to do. So shout out to Tom Brady. There will never be. I appreciate him, I guess, or hate him. Hate him as much as you can while he's still here, because you're probably never gonna hate somebody as much as him ever again. It's just impossible, in my opinion.